G'day guys, Ryder here, your coffee coach, and welcome to another edition of What's Hot in Coffee. This is February 2023, and I've got a couple of exciting things to talk about and something that's not hot in coffee, which I'll get into a little bit, but let's get into it. Okay, so first up are these two, which come as a pack from Digitalized Fluid Technologies. It's a fantastic refractometer and a scale. So you can actually buy these separately, but I'm really excited about the refractometer. Now, you might be asking, what is the refractometer? That's a fair question. It's basically going to measure the light through liquid. And essentially we're looking at what coffee solids have dissolved in your liquid. So when you're testing your coffee, you want to know how much of the coffeeness is in your coffee, because there's a sweet spot. And I'll do a video that goes more in depth into the refractometer in an upcoming video. But what I wanted to tell you about and why I think it's super hot is I just received these, and normally a refractometer costs you about $1,500 to $2,000. It's pretty unaffordable for most home baristas. However, this one is only $229 US, so about $300 Australian. And if you buy it in a pack, I think I bought this for $300 US all up. And I got the scales, which are very similar to the ASCA scales. They allow you to measure the flow rate as well as the time, and obviously the grams right down to 0.1 of a gram. They look beautiful, as you can see here. This is the Microbalance Scale. And I'll show you the refractometer. It is tiny, and maybe it isn't as great as some of the other refractometers for commercial purposes. However, for $200, that just is fantastic to get started in understanding the science behind the taste of coffee. So as you know, I come at coffee from more of an art style. I don't have the science or as much science behind it. So where I think it's very valuable is it gives me some actual data to what I can taste. I'm very good at determining the flavors and the taste of coffee, but I don't understand necessarily the amount of extraction yield or the TDS in each particular coffee. This gives me that accurate data down to, I think, 0.1%. It's very, very accurate. You can do multiple testings. You can test all of your coffees from your espresso to your filters and really hone in on that sweet spot. And then I like to sort of go, okay, so this was slightly under extracted, and how does that taste? This was slightly over extracted, and how does that taste? And then you can start to get some real distinction between what it tastes like and what you're receiving in terms of the data. So really excited about this product. I will do some more testing, and I'll try to test it with some other refractometers down the track to see if they hold up against more accurate and well-known refractometers. But getting into it alone, just giving you an understanding of what's in your coffee, I think is so valuable, and I'm really excited to see what this company does in the future in terms of coffee technology. As you know, I love doing reviews and I love just exploring coffee. I think everyone can benefit from celebrating coffee, no matter what level of skill you have, and I certainly don't know everything. I want to keep exploring as well. But the way to support me, at the moment, I purchase all of these my own, and I use any of the money that I get from YouTube to keep purchasing these. But if you want to support me too, you can give me one of the super thanks. I will use all that money to buy more of these technologies and different brewers down the track, because I know how much you guys enjoy the reviews and getting hands-on. I don't have the endless amount of money to keep purchasing all different types of machines, especially because coffee's getting quite expensive these days with, say, WAFO baskets costing $200 US just for a single basket. You know, it can add up quite quickly. So if you want to, you can give me a super thanks. Doesn't matter if you just want to give me a like or a subscribe, that helps too. The more people out there in the world that subscribe to the channel, the broader the reach, and the more people can enjoy celebrating coffee as well. Another way you can support me is by purchasing coffee beans from Coffee Beans Delivered. We have a huge range of coffees, and even though the money doesn't go directly into YouTube, it does go back to supporting farmers. This particular lady here from Brazil in Minas Gerais, her name is Dolce Borges. She's completely blind, and her and her husband run the entire farm by themselves with the help of a few other workers. But we have made an effort to really just support this particular farm. We buy exclusively from them, and I'm hoping to get over there in the next couple of months, maybe towards the end of the year, to film the farm and really bring that story to you. But all of the coffees that we sell and roast here and distribute all around the world do have a story behind them, where we have connected with a farmer to give them more money than what the normal average wage or average price that they get per kilo, to really support their businesses as well as their families and put their kids through universities to get better livelihoods for themselves. So there's another way you can support me with direct benefit to you, because you don't have to worry about just donating. You get some delicious tasting coffee as a result, and a couple of you guys have purchased from me already, so you can attest down below in the comments just how great this coffee does taste. The next on the hot list is from a company called Fellow in San Francisco. They already are well renowned for making some really high-end products, like the Fellow Ode grinder, which is a fantastic filter grinder, and the Fellow EKG kettle, which is an electric kettle, which is a lot, and you can see the video if you watch it here. You can watch the full review on that. They've just announced that they're releasing a new coffee grinder that goes all the way down to espresso and up to filter. It's called the Fellow Opus, and I'm super excited to look at this machine. I've already put in my pre-order. The reason why I'm super excited is because Fellow make really nice quality products. Not only nice looking, sleek designs, but also real quality products as well. And the coffee grinder that they're just about to release is priced so well. Normally you're looking at around $1,000 US for these sort of grinders, or for a lot of grinders that come out onto the market tend to be in the higher range of things. You look at the Weber Workshop grinders, as well as the Niche Zero, which was one of the first coffee grinders to really deliver that zero retention. But you're looking at 2,000 Australian dollars to purchase one of those. And people's views of that have really shifted over the years, ever since it sort of blew up as one of the best grinders on the planet. Now, Fellow have delivered something that's more price point as your Breville Smart Grinder Pro, that 299 Australian dollars. It's only 195 US dollars. And I think that makes it really palatable for a lot of people, because you get a beautiful looking machine with 40 mil conical burr grinders. It also has a 110 gram hopper, but you can single dose as well. And I think I'm really excited to get my hands on this, because I really think it could be a Breville Smart Grinder Pro killer. In that sense, when people ask me what coffee grinder do I need to buy just to get in the game, I say this Breville Smart Grinder Pro. I don't normally say Breville is a great product brand line, but this particular grinder is a really nicely designed grinder. And now I think Fellow, with their new Opus, are really going to blow that one out of the water, because I think in Australia it's going to come in cheaper than the Breville Smart Grinder Pro. And the last on my list of what's hot in coffee in 2023 February edition is something from Waikato. I saw this on Instagram just today, and it's from Brody Vissers, who's the ambassador for Waikato. He was showing off a couple of new accessories for the Picapresso, which is a fantastic little portable espresso machine that you can take anywhere around the world. They're bringing out a foldable portable stand, which looks really good, and combined with a couple of the other accessories like the 18 gram basket that they've brought in and the scales, you can now build your own little portable espresso machine with also a pressure gauge that allows you to really hone in on the right amount of pressure, and rather than just guessing it, anywhere in the world. If you're just backpacking across the world or hiking up a mountain and you want to take an espresso machine with you wherever you are, and you don't want to just guesstimate the recipes, you can really hone in on that precision. So I'm really excited to see when this drops, because I'll certainly be picking up one and doing a full review on that, because I love to take coffee machines camping. And if I don't have electricity, I usually just revert back to the Bellman steamer. But this particular one, I think, could replace that and deliver as good a quality coffee as any other portable camping espresso machine. So this bit of news is not really what's hot in coffee. I actually want to call it what's not hot in coffee, because I'm very disappointed at the news that we will not be having an Australian representative at this year's World Barista Champions. So I'm really disappointed. Last year down in Melbourne, 2022, Anthony Douglas from Axel Roasters put on the greatest performance and took out the World Championship, just edging out Morgan Eckroth in the finals to win the most coveted award for any barista around Australia, the World Barista Championship. And this year, we don't even have a representative. And I think that's really quite disappointing, because why can't we even go back to back? The ASCA, the Australian Specialty Coffee Association, is saying there's not enough time between when we had the finals last time and the next finals to organise enough of the preliminary rounds and all of the interstate and regional rounds that we can't get one to the end. So we're not going to be represented at all this year just because we can't organise it fast enough, which I think is a little bit of a letdown, and I really would have liked to have seen Australia go back to back, or to do something really interesting, really just at least be there on the world stage. But we're going to have to wait until 2024 before we compete. And that is what's not hot in coffee. That's it for me, Ride, your coffee coach. I hope you enjoy these little spots. I love doing them. I love talking about it. And I will hope to do more in-depth reviews this year with all of those things coming up and talking about in what's hot in coffee and doing more in-depth reviews down the track. But that's it for now. I'm Ride, your coffee coach, and enjoy your brew.